They need her at the next Super Bowl.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Out here on this highway, rolling on now 20 years. Just like my dad before me, coffee, blood, sweat, and tears. I'm addicted to the white line, a prisoner of the road. Ain't no cure for this disease, it brings us outlaws and rogues. When they locked me up, they handed me the keys. I'm pulling 18 years of life with no chance of parole. My heart belongs to Jesus, but this highway owns my soul. It's a crime, I'm doing time just to send it on down the line. I'm pulling 18 gears, 18 gears, 18 gears of life. Some say I'm semi-crazy, my God, it's hard to tell. This diamond tuck and leather just might be my padded sail. Those pictures on my dashboard where I've watched my kids grow up, I thank God they understand the cost of diesel in my blood. They know this rambling man and what sets me free. I'm pulling 18 years to life with no chance of parole. My heart belongs to Jesus, but this highway owns my soul. It's a crime, I'm doing time just to send it on down the line. I'm pulling 18 gears, 18 gears, 18 gears of life.
Wake up in the morning and I raise my weary head. I've got an old coat for a pillow and the earth was last night's bed. I don't know where I'm going, only God knows where I've been. I'm a devil on the run, a six-gun lover, a candle in the wind. Yeah!
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Left Lane with Lefty. We are got a one heck of a show tonight. We're also going to have answers and questions. So how well do you know your truck? That's the thing. How well do you know your truck? We got some new information. We got some things y'all might know. So that's what tonight's about. It's driver interaction. We want you guys to comment and come up with things that other drivers may not know. Maybe we don't know. Maybe you don't know. Just saying. So you guys start working on them brains and start getting them in gear because it's going to be a good show tonight. We got that going on, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the New Jersey ruling. Don't you got to love it? Drivers that have trucks and live in New Jersey, and then you're getting fined for parking it there after you done spent $500 on a parking pass to be able to park in an industrial area. I'm telling you, it's messed up, but hey, that's what's going on. We got a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and then we got some other stuff. Got some drivers hopefully coming in to do some stories. We got a couple of drivers that might be popping in. One, I hope he does. I really does, because I ain't talked to him in a while, and I want to talk about some things that he's been doing and getting involved into. And yeah, there's some stuff going on. We're going to get to the bottom of it. Just saying. But on that note, someone told me they were having a fit today. I wouldn't say it was today, but in the last couple of days, they were having an issue. And this is what was going on. I'm just saying. This is what was going on. And I just wanted to get it out there real quick and let people understand what was going on.
Tear that ass up.
Hey,
You better get Bocephus ready, because I'm going to take Bocephus home with me before the end of the year. That'll be my truck, and you won't have it no more. So you better get doing some work when we hit the drag strip, buddy.
I'm telling you, it's getting deep. It's getting deep. They're getting the battle out, and I mean it's getting deep. And I do mean some seriously deep. Like
it has been brought to my attention that we was called out down in Mobile, Alabama. So anyways, we back to the drawing board over here. And we just gonna put a new motor in this truck just for that show. Don't let that fool you. You see that chrome on that fan shroud?
That's how you get them aerodynamics.
I probably added
Polish it up, baby. Polish it up.
70 horsepower putting that chrome on there. It's brand new motor. We putting this thing in here just for this show.
We ain't got to drag it to the show, but we gonna drag somebody at the show.
So, anyways. So, I guess we going to the show down there. Mobile, Alabama on October the 7th, so. That right,
We going?
We going. We going. We gonna bring this.
I bet I know some people ain't gonna come.
When they find out what we got. You see how much horsepower this thing got? Let me see these turbos. Get you some of that. We finna tear somebody up. We finna tear somebody up.
Straight BDI rejects.
Man, those are Cat 6 1/4s. You better recognize. It's
just saying. I mean, like I said, the temperature in that thing is just getting heavier and heavier and heavier. And that's what makes this fun, because we enjoy all of this. Because between the battle between Mitchell Bottomley and Troy Massey, and then you got Family Tradition egging it all on. And I think Family Tradition just not understanding what these boys have actually got hidden in the way and not showing a whole lot of. These boys are coming to play. They're not there to play around. What's up there, Mr. Frank G? How you doing, brother? Good to see you in here. Good to see you tonight. Hang out. We're talking about trucks. I ain't going to ask you the question because I already know you know the answer. So we got questions we're going to be asking first. We're going to get off onto that foot and we're going to get in here and get all this other stuff going on. We got Mr. Glenn Calais in here saying what's up. John Freese, hello. How you doing there, brother? From another mother. And we got a few others. And if people really want, if you look in the chat, you'll actually see the, you can actually get the connection and you can actually get it and come in. I put the link in there. It's on YouTube. It's in the YouTube chat. So if you guys are on YouTube, check it out, get it. You can come in. We'll talk about it. Hello, Miss Alicia. How you doing, dear? Hey, we love the new artwork. It's going to be really, really nice. I do have the artwork up on the page, but yeah, there's more artwork to come. And this lady right here is knocking it out of the ballpark. That's all I'm going to say. She's knocking it out of the ballpark. And what was Glenn saying? I know mine's too slow. Yeah, I know, Glenn. We've seen how slow it was in that video. I mean, it was just, yeah. Just saying, Glenn. Just saying. You know how that goes. Yeah. Yep, I'm good. Thank you. I'm glad you're doing all right. That is good to hear. All right. So, my question is, and I brought it up with my co-host, and I do have other people. Do you all know the real difference between a 379 and the 389? What the real difference is in between those two trucks? They look exactly the same. They sound the same. And the one is a given. Everybody knows it's got a pack car motor in it. But you can change those out. I've already seen them. Just saying. But do you all really know your trucks? Do you know what the difference is between a 379 and a 389? Well, it looks like I got a couple of guests that have popped in. Let me get with my co-host and see what's going on. Well, hop in there. Don't pop yourself out. What's going on?
I ain't touched it. You did all that, not me.
Oh, yeah, okay.
No, you the one playing with it. Don't blame me.
I can blame you. I can blame you that way.
No, sir.
So,
No, sir.
Before you read what you read, did you really know the difference between a 379 and a 389?
Honestly, no.
Yeah. Honestly, you didn't know. I knew a little, but I didn't know there was that many different variants in between the two that you don't notice.
Well, I knew there was a difference. Some of the hoods are longer and some of them are shorter. Some of the cabs are different, but I never thought about the frame being they're different. Never really thought about it.
The frame is different. It's got a digital. Well, the 389's got the digital console and just a few other things. Where'd you go, Justin? I seen you pop back in there. Well, let's ask this guy and see if he knows what the difference is. Mr. Famous Man. Well,
Where's the famous guy?
That big guy up there in the right-hand corner. He's called the Crane Man, Mr. Crane Operator.
The difference between a 389 and a 379?
Yeah.
Is the hood.
Is that the only difference?
The hood opening. Hold up. Time out.
All right, we're going.
When they swapped over to the 389 style, the only difference is the hood. It's a 2-inch wider hood on the cow than a 379, and that's because of the emissions. That's the original difference.
No.
And what else is different?
The hood is actually 4 inches longer than a 379.
The width.
It's longer.
It's longer.
It is actually 4 inches longer. The frame is an inch and a half wider.
Yeah, but as far as what you can notice, when they first built the 389, the only difference really that you could notice was the air opening on the hood. That was what started it. But now it's progressed where you got a digital dash in a lot of them, but a lot of them you don't. Oh, Lord, here he goes.
He don't know nothing about a Peterbilt. He has a dishwasher.
Your truck's still shorter than mine, so it's okay.
Yeah, the echo is coming from Kelly because he's on his headset's not hooked up.
Kelly, you echoing, buddy.
Yeah.
You echoing.
Because I'm on my iPad.
Yeah, that's what. But Also, did you know the 389 is 150 pounds lighter than the 379? Yes, sir. It is 150 pounds lighter than the 379.
Hang on just a minute, Charles.
Yep, I'm listening. Glenn says, I don't have to jump to get on my bottom step, bro. Sitting in the nosebleed section. Sitting in the nosebleed
What is
section.
that crap? Hang on.
Oh, what'd you do, Scott? Are you trying to solicit us a new job here? Scott's
No,
trying to
I
get
don't know. Hang on. Give me a
We're
minute.
working on the technical difficulties with him. We're working on
No,
it.
it's just something popped in there that shouldn't have popped in there, and it's being stupid. Okay. Y'all can see that, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, hit the next one here, Scott. I'll make it enlarge it because that enlarge it here. There you go. Now you can see it.
That's the year and the make. The headlights are most factored truck fattered stacks. The dash is the same in both trucks. And then it says the fenders and the lights and the trim, nothing else. Started
But
with
it did say on the BBC that the frame difference, the Peterbilt 379 is 127, and the 389 is 131 on the difference on the frame. So the 389 is actually 4 inches longer than the 379.
right. See, it says right here the 389 is 4 inches longer than the extended hood 379.
Yeah, the extended hood.
Yep.
The XD. Yeah.
And it also has the same radiator like a Kenworth.
Yeah, it has the bigger radiator too. Yep, it has the larger radiator in it compared to the 379.
And it says the 389 hood is also a little longer, and the biggest difference is what you can't see the fatter stacks. Hawk J was referring to the part of pollution system, the regen system, the filter, and about 4,000 just for the part when the cracks get plugged. Okay, we don't need to know all that. Let's see. But yeah, it's actually the frame and the hood is what
And the
makes it
digital,
different.
and it's got the smart nav console in it.
Yeah, smart nav console. Right.
There's 4 things that made it different from the 389 from the 379. Yep.
Next one, I'm gonna go to the next page and see what it shows and see. The dev tank location is selected by the customer, whomever orders a truck.
Yep.
And the APU room, dev tank size is based on, but yeah, it's just the hood, the frame, and all the other little bitty stuff that makes them different. I didn't know that. That's bad. 39 years. You know.
Yeah,
So,
it makes a big difference when you're talking about between the trucks of what's going on between the two. Frank G says the wiring and electronics are far better on the 389. Switching engines is a breeze. See, and he does custom builds, so he knows when it comes to stuff like this that it makes a bigger difference, which is probably pretty nice. But a lot of people didn't know the difference. Did not know that the 389 is longer than the 379. A lot of them didn't know the radiator is bigger than the 379. Yeah, there's a lot of different details. That's the reason why the hood's 4 inches longer to put the bigger radiator in it.
Mom, look at your food.
So what else you might think is also different? It's like the three. What was it? We were looking at what the difference between the 352 and the 362. You know what the difference is, Phil?
Y'all gonna
I'm
have to
not.
look that one up.
Yeah, I'd have to look that up because I truly don't know the exact difference in them two because they are pretty identical.
Yep. Difference
See, I told you.
is in the same. It's also the radiator. Radiator is bigger in one than the other. One has a bigger dash cluster than the other. It's just the way it's small changes you don't see outside, but you see on the inside.
Right. I mean, because if you look at them there, you put one side by side, unless you know what you're looking for in that model, it's going to be hard to find.
Yep. Like
Well,
I said,
that's
it's
just
small things.
well, that's just like my truck. If you put another 23 beside this truck that wasn't spec'd like my truck is, you would never know the difference till you open the door up.
John says, laugh out loud. If I was buying a truck, all that would make sense. But a truck is a truck. He gets the job done. It all depends on what holds together. I still miss my cat, even though back down, back down it was a six, was a 4 1/4. Hey, there ain't nothing wrong with a 4 1/4 cat. That's a 3406B motor just turned down. That's all it is.
Yeah, and all you got to do to that is turn it up. And if you want to really get horsepower out of it, then you got to go in and change stuff.
Yeah, you just go in there and change the cam, change the valve lash on it.
Yeah, and the pistons. But
Yeah.
a 4 1/4, you can run a 4 1/4 to a 550 on horsepower all day long. But if you want to go bigger than that, if you want to make it into a 6NZ or a 5EK, then you got to do the cam, then you got to do the valves and the pistons.
Yeah. Yeah. Better if you really want to do that. You can stay with the B and put put a C model head on it, and
Yeah,
C model pistons in it because they're already going to be the spec, and it gives you more horsepower. The only difference between a B model head and a C model head is the exhaust ports. Heads are the
yeah,
same, but the exhaust ports are different. All right, on a B model they're oval or they're rectangle, and on a C model they're oval.
oval, yeah.
But they will fit. They will bolt on, and they do interconnect. So yeah. And let's go with see, Glenn says what? Open the door up. Open the door up and see the ugly fella sitting in the front seat. As Glenn, Glenn must be feeling good tonight. Frank says the Cat 1683 is the original 4 1/4, nothing like the 3406, but a great motor. Wish I had 10 of them. You
Yeah,
ain't
I mean, they are.
you ain't kidding, Scott. Frank. If I had the chance, I would. I had a 95 Kenworth that had the 4 1/4 in it. They turned the pump on that sucker. That sucker had a 8 or 10 speed in it. It might be a little slow on takeoff, but I guarantee you I'd outrun anything that was sitting under in front of it once I got it to the top gear.
Yeah.
Nothing that would touch me. I loved it. It was good on fuel, but you had the power and the speed when you needed. Just watch her scroll up, blow a little black, and call her good.
Yep. You know, that's one thing I liked about this truck. This truck gets better fuel mileage than jokes on you.
Yeah, but they both have the same motor.
Uh huh.
Only difference is the Kenworth is what, lighter?
No, that Kenworth's heavier.
Frank says, all right, let's see what Glenn says. Glenn says, I like my 4 1/4. It does real good, little sluggish, but it gets the job done. Glenn, It keeps
I ain't
calling
that.
4 1/4, but
I
it's only a 300 with dual stacks.
I
So
ain't never seen. I ain't never seen a 6NZ 4 1/4.
I ain't never seen a 300 with dual stacks, but
I ain't
that's
never
what
seen a 300 with 1100 horsepower neither.
I don't know. That's what he tells me. That little booger will run down the road like there is no tomorrow. So let's.
Yeah, that's
What else do people not know about a difference between a Peterbilt and what's the difference between a Peterbilt and a Kenworth?
as far as
As in driving, turning. You just come out of a 389. Hold on, you just come out of a 389. You come out with two of them. And now you're in a what? You're in a
come in a
W9.
W9. Well,
Well, give us a
the
little insight on it.
the
What
ride
does it
on
feel
this
like?
truck, the
What does
ride
it
on
feel?
this truck's
Hold
a
on.
lot better.
Give us a little insight on what it is to try to convert yourself from the Pete to the KW.
It's being, that we had Kenworths. We had 8 KWs at one time when I had my company.
Yeah.
All I've ever drove is Kenworths and Pete's. And going from what I was driving
Mm-hmm.
back into one of these that I haven't drove in 20 something years, it's been a learning curve the last couple of weeks. This truck does not turn
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
at
that was
all.
longer than the other one too, right?
Yeah, this truck right here is about, what is it? It's about 20 inches longer than the W9 me and Christy used to own.
All right.
Well, it's 20 inches shorter, my bad. But as
But I
far
mean,
as turning radius goes,
you is what 300, and that was what 320.
yeah, yeah. Jokes on You is actually 298,
All right.
but it's classified as a 3. Um, the turning radius is night and day. Um, this truck, a Kenworth, doesn't turn to the right, regardless, even at factory wheelbase.
Yeah.
This truck don't turn left or right.
Well, you need to put
And
chocolate brakes on it so you can lock one side up and let it kick you around.
yeah, I mean, a Kenworth just automatically, it's the way the steering is set up on a Kenworth, regardless whether it's 265 wheelbase or 310 or 320.
Uh-huh.
Kenworth, the way their steering is designed, the truck's not going to turn to the right. It is not going to respond like it will to the left. But they still don't respond all that great to the left.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as the ride goes, the ride on this truck is a lot better to me than it is in Jokes on You.
Yeah, because the frame's longer.
Well, it ain't just that; it's got an 8-bag suspension back there on the drive axle.
It don't it don't matter if my truck had an 8-bag air suspension. It was 298, and I tell you what, it drove and rode like a Cadillac, and
Well, I
that ain't no
mean,
lie.
Jokes on You
But
rides great. Don't get me wrong; it rides like a cloud. But to go from a 6-bag to an 8-bag is a big difference. It makes a big difference. Even with the wheelbase, it makes a big difference.
Yeah. So how are you enjoying that truck?
So far, so good.
Having problems getting in and out of places?
Yeah, quite a bit. Quite a bit. There's been a couple of places I've been in the last couple of weeks. It's been pretty sketchy to get in and out of. It just it's just getting used to driving one of these again and knowing what my limitations is with it because of it being so long and everything else. And
Mm-hmm.
once I get all of that figured out and know what I can do with the truck and what I can't, it it'll be just like night and day of me driving Jokes on You. But
Well, Glenn says you have an issue. He
what?
says he has problems trying to get up on that bottom step.
Oh Lord, no, I don't. I got a key fob for the air ride.
Oh, man, Glenn, you ain't got one of those. I didn't see that in yours. Come on now, Glenn.
Yeah, I got a key fob. I can drop the front bags on my truck.
Well, that makes it nice.
Yeah, we're fixing to start probably the end of show season this year. We're gonna start doing all the work to this truck. So I'll be back and forth in and out of this truck over the winter time.
All right.
And then come April, well, before April, come probably mid January, February, I'll be
Yeah.
back 100% in this truck.
Do you want to give any details of what you haven't done or what you're thinking of having done?
Um, I'll give you a little hint. You know what Bubba's floor looks like in his truck, right?
Yep. Sure do.
Orange.
So it's going to go that color. All right. That'll look nice.
We're gonna flip a lot of things out of jokes on you in this truck. The scheme, we're gonna flip a lot of the scheme in that truck into here, but we're gonna flip the colors. But we're not going with a painted floor.
Go ahead, Scott. Want to read it?
John Freeze says, I have a problem getting into a 680 from the bottom step to the top step. It's a heck of a pull. Get you a longer rope.
Well, they changed the steps on the new ones, on the new 680s. They've actually changed the steps. They're more like the old Freightliner Classics that actually
Yeah.
had the FLD type of running boards on them. They
Yeah,
actually
I've seen that.
make it easier to step up into instead of worrying about that little step. You actually got a platform, which is
Yeah.
actually pretty decent.
Well, that's like that 880 that one I was in. That second step's it's yeah, it's a stretch.
Oh
You
yeah,
must be having problems.
it is. It's a big stretch, and
See, let's
that's
see here.
that's the one good thing about having the air ride on this is I can drop it. It brings everything down lower.
See, you don't really realize it, but if you look at that one, that's the background. I don't want it the background. Uh, no, that ain't gonna work. Uh, I gotta find it. But if you look at the steps, I'll do
What
it
on your
this
old
way.
truck?
Yeah,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
the steps is just too big. You know what I'm saying? It's a heck of a
Yeah,
drop.
yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I mean, but other than that, it was a good truck. I love that truck.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's been a transition to go from what I've been in all these years to go back to this, and
Right.
trying to get acclimated with everything again, and remembering, hey, these trucks don't turn like Peterbilt's do, and you gotta take a little bit of a wider turn when you're turning right to make up for the no, to make up for it not having that turning radius going to the right.
Well, there's something that you forgetting, Kelly.
What's that?
When you get over a certain length of wheelbase, your trucks have an issue to somewhat having a turning issue as far as parking,
going around a corner
yeah.
or whatever because of the wheelbase. Because when you start turning, regardless if it's right or left, you're dragging that front axle, or you're probably be dragging the back axle.
Yeah, but
So that's gonna stop you from turning like you're supposed to.
well, I mean, you
Now,
know just as well as I do, Scott. A Kenworth, because of the way that steering is designed, they don't turn good to the right at all, regardless of
right,
how long it is.
right. Well, the stock steering wheel on a Peterbilt and stock steering wheel on a KW is
Yeah,
almost the same. So it's the length of the truck
truck.
that really makes the issue.
Well, in that joke's on you. I can turn circles around this truck and that truck.
Well, yeah.
I mean circles, because it turns real tight to the right. This truck does not at all
Look
whatsoever.
at
I
the
don't care what you do.
look at the wheelbase. The wheelbase
Yeah, but
makes a big difference.
yeah, I know that. I know it does, but I mean, just Kenworths are never been a truck that'll turn good to the right. They turn great to the left, no problem. Turn it to the right, you need 5 football fields just to make that turn.
Yeah. If I
But I
knew
mean, it
how to
just getting used to everything is gonna be my biggest issue for next couple of weeks.
right, that's I can't bring it up. I don't think. Let's see. I don't think I'll be able to. But anyway, it's a buddy of mine and his truck, and his truck is was a lot longer than the one you got.
Yeah.
Uh, I can pop it up there for a minute. Charles knows how to do it. He can take that green one, and he knows
Oh, the
which
one
one
you
I'm
put in.
talking about.
Yeah, you talking about the one that had the enclosed trailer behind it?
Yes,
Yeah, I've
that
seen
truck
that.
was
That
long,
truck looks
and
good.
but he also had issues with the turning, and that's a Peterbilt, and that's an older model.
Yeah.
That was a 90, I think 90 or 2000. I can't remember what year it was.
Yeah, but that
But,
truck's longer than mine.
well, that's because of the turning of the wheelbase. The wheelbase
Yeah.
makes the big difference. That's the big problem. I think Charles is trying to figure out how to get it where he can come into the front instead of the back.
Mm.
Well, looky here. Look who just popped in. Mr. Super Trucker himself. See,
Oh,
now listen.
that's Mr. Famous Guy.
Who's the famous? No, I ain't talking about the one Charles has popped in.
Oh, I thought you were talking about that one. I was saying, yeah, that's that famous guy y'all talking about.
No, this big fella right here looks like Mr. Not Sasquatch, but he's got all that nice going on there.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Really?
Really.
Where'd Charles go?
He's he'll be right back.
Oh.
So what do you think about the turning situation?
You're
on
gonna
trucks?
have to explain to me what you guys were talking about. I was trying to get my computer to charge up a little bit.
Well, what's the difference between a 379 and a 389 there?
Well, a 379 and 389 are the headlights, the motors that actually 379 actually had that option where it came factory with a C15 cat motor or other cat motors. The 389s, you could have the glider kits put in them. The other difference to them was the sleepers, the dash, the steering wheels. I mean, there's just so many variables.
The main things, what's the difference? The hood is 4 inches longer. And the frame is about 1.5 inches wider.
Yeah.
The fact is because of the regen system. Let's see, the regen system, the nav system, and it's got a KW. It's got the big Kenworth radiator in it. That blew. I didn't know all that. I knew all the other stuff you were talking about. you know.
Yeah.
But as far as for mechanical wise, and I just like, man, I didn't even know that, and that's all I ever drawn had was Peterbilt's.
Yeah.
Kind of blew me away.
Kind of. Hell, I drawn a blank. I don't even know what the hell I was talking about. But that happens when you get old. You know that, Father Time. I mean,
Yes, sir. So how you been doing there, Mister Justin?
been doing it. Just working nights, preloading trailers.
I was wondering what them two little long deals on your side of your mouth. I think that was your vampire fangs because you used to working at night.
Oh yeah, I love that night shift. So
Yeah.
So
it
how
is
does
what
it,
it is. It's one of those ordeals.
so how does it feel to be a company driver there,
Shut up,
Justin?
Charles. Just
I'm
shut up.
just asking.
It's totally different. I'm not used to not being able to tell somebody to go screw themselves when they irritate me.
Yeah. you kind of know the boat that I'm in. I can't
Yeah.
tell them, hey, go pound sand, I go jump and do something else tomorrow.
Well, there was an incident a couple weeks ago to where I got to work. This was like 4 o'clock in the morning. I got to work. I went to go get in my truck, and my truck was gone because I double booked the truck. And then I went to go get my trailer after finding another truck, and then they had already given my trailer to somebody else, and it was already loaded with somebody else's material. So that irritated the hell out of me. And I just said screw it after about 2.5 hours of messing with it. And my driver manager called me at like 7:30 in the morning and asked me what the deal was. And I was talking to him, and then, me, I owned my own company. I ran it for several years, and I started questioning his ability to run a trucking company.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's how irritated I was. I started questioning his ability for running a trucking company because I was like, if you can't run it, I'll come down there and show you how to run a damn trucking company. You know, it's like I didn't do this shit for free or for fun for years, and then not be able to know how to run a trucking company.
Yeah.
And
So
let me guess, he probably looked at you like you were still wet behind the ears.
yeah, basically, even though he
That's
comes
about
from being
right.
a cop, he comes from being a cop to running a trucking company, and I still don't understand that part.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's about right.
yeah,
Do you miss your truck?
yes, every damn day.
You gonna
Scott,
buy
if you
another
get
one?
Do what?
You gonna buy another one?
Not right now. If I do buy another truck, it's not going to be a sleeper truck. It's gonna be a day
Day
cab, and
cab.
I'll play with it. You know, play with it and put some money into it, and I'm in the process right now on getting up the downstairs garage cleaned up. I want to do a couple things down there, and eventually find a used C16 or C17 motor, bring it here, and then tear it all down and start rebuilding it. So, and then go from there, and then put it in a truck. As long as
What
the
was you
price is
saying,
right.
Charles?
So,
Right. What was you saying, Charles?
Yeah, I know. I didn't know if you knew he sold his truck or not, but yeah, he sold it a
Mm-hmm.
couple months ago.
yep, the worst damn day of my life.
Oh no,
Now
that was
you're
the
regretting
happiest day of mine.
Nope,
it.
I miss that truck. I miss that truck. I see pictures of it all the damn time on my phone. I miss that truck. So
Scott misses his too. I guarantee it. When he first got them, and then had them, and then started having to get rid of them, he was like, "Man, that was a good truck. I really didn't want to get rid of it." But then got rid of it and said it was a lot easier. I see how he pops in, shaking his head no, but
oh, it's easier, no doubt. It's easier. You don't have to worry about all the crap that comes with it and all that. Or like I got a text message a couple days ago letting me know that my 2290 was coming up, and it's like I'm so glad I don't have to pay for that no more. So
Yeah. So what was all the details in what you were doing? I mean, are you doing the same thing you were doing when you had your truck?
No, so after I sold the truck, well, actually before I sold the truck, I started um I got with a company down there in St. Genevieve, Missouri, right off Highway 55 called Mississippi Lime. We are the trucking division of Mississippi Lime. It's actually owned by Falco Trucking out of Mississippi, I do believe. So we are straight across the plant and we haul dry bulk products. So we haul lime. It could be half-inch lime to granule size is the same size as, a little bit bigger than roofing granules. And then standard hydrated lime, which is a real fine powdery stuff. There's 4 different products of the hydrated lime that we haul. We take them to like major power plants, water treatment plants, all the American water plants here in the St. Louis area, Prairie State over there in Marissa power plant, Ameren UE power plant.
So you're actually traveling more in your state than you are anything else.
Yeah. There for a while, I was traveling over to Illinois 2 times a night, taking it out to Prairie State power plant and delivering 2 to 3 loads a night out there. So, but now they got me preloading trailers, which is not actually a bad ordeal. They say it's 8-hour day, but it ain't no freaking 8-hour day. It's still like a 12 to 14-hour day. So,
yeah. Well, at least the thing is you're keeping busy and you're still getting hours. I mean, the pay may not be exactly the same, but at least you get a steady paycheck.
Yeah, it's a steady paycheck, all right. It's definitely not the same as what I'm used to bringing home, a few grand a week or whatever, but it is what it is. If you tally it up, after paying all the fuel costs and all the maintenance costs and all the insurance and all that stuff, basically, I think I bring home like a couple grand less, for take home after paying everything off. So, I mean, is there more money being an owner operator? Sure, there really is. Owning your own company, yeah, there's a lot more money. But it's, I see these guys that want to talk about owning their own truck and all that kind of stuff, but they really don't know what entitles them being that owner operator side and how much it actually costs to start up and all that kind of shit too. So,
yeah. Well, we do have a couple people that have asked, what would you estimate would be you must have to start up a company?
On a low end, if you had to lease a trailer and you had your truck and you had to get your own authority, get your insurance, get your 2290, and I'm sure I'm missing something. To register with the state that you're in for a business license, which is like only $50. I would say on the low end to start up a company, and this is only starting up a company, it's going to cost you in between $10,000 to $15,000 just to start the company. That's not even including the fuel that you're going to have to shell out. So realistically, to have a safety net, if a couple of mechanical things happen, I would say at least in between 25 and 30 on a low end to be able to go out and be able to pay your bills and not have to worry about money right off the bat. Because in between some companies, this is going to take you to 60 to 90 days to get a paycheck.
Yeah.
From a broker, no matter what. Unless you lease a truck on with a company, then it's going to be two weeks or once a month or whatever.
Yeah.
So it just really depends.
Unless you lease a truck on with a company, then it's going to be two weeks or once a month or whatever.
Oh, I see him down there.
I know.
Oh, I see him down there.
I know.
He's got a really bad echo too.
Yeah, he's got a whistle on it. I know. We'll let you fix that real quick, and then we'll bring you back in, Frank G. But yeah, I know he's got some information to come out with on the trucks and what you do and don't know about them. When you figure it out there, Frank G, we'll go ahead and we'll put you back in there. Roger, when you get done with what you got in your mouth, we'll go ahead and we'll bring you in too. Mr. Roger McDuck's in the background, giving us the OK peace sign. Love. He's out there doing the old barbecue thing today, so he's still got the old sunlight and sitting there he's showing all the chicken. I mean, yeah, look at this. Look at it. I mean, this is just like, are you teasing us or what? I mean, look, got the peppers, the chicken, yeah, just like we ain't trying to be hungry.
Take that off of there. Take that damn thing out of there.
What's up, Mr. Roger?
How you guys doing?
Doing good. Oh, look at who just popped in. My brother from another mother, Mr. Brandon Carpenter. What's up, brother?
How you doing? Hey, I can barely hear you. Hang on.
All right. It might be me. It may be something else. Who knows?
Nah, it's not you, Charles.
What's up, Brandon?
How's it going?
It's going good.
It's going, brother.
Trying to figure out what's going on. I can barely.
Uh-oh. Well,
Yeah.
Come back in and we'll get it figured out.
If he's doing it on his phone, he might need to go into the settings and then put it on microphone.
Yeah, he might. Yeah.
I'm on my phone.
You need to go into the settings and then put
You
it
doing
on
all right there,
microphone.
Frank? Yeah. Yeah.
I'm on my phone. You need to go into the settings and then put
You
it
doing
on
all right there,
microphone.
Frank?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
Loud and clear.
Can you hear me?
Yep. Yes, sir.
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. I don't know if you're listening on the phone. You might have to turn it down because it's got a bad feedback.
Trying to get rid of that squeal.
Oh, there you go. You got rid of it. So how you doing tonight?
Trying to.
How you doing tonight?
Who?
You? You.
Oh, I'm good. I'm just trying to get rid of this squeal.
I heard that. You.
Oh, I'm good. I'm just trying to get rid of this squeal.
I heard that. Yeah, it's got a bad feedback. Well, I'll let you work on that for a second.
Hold on.
Yeah. There he is.
Like a
Let's
delay
bring him
too.
on. What's up, Mr. Brandon?
How's it going? I got it figured out now. It just took me a second.
Man, my brother from another mother, I haven't seen you in a long time.
Oh, I know. I've been super busy, working on trucks. I got all kinds of stuff going on.
I know you do. I sat there and seen the work you did to Gary's truck.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're not done yet. It's been pretty crazy working on Gary's truck. We got a lot in the works with old EB2. I can't wait to get it far enough to where we can expose what's going on with it. It's gonna be interesting.
Nice. So, what's your plan? I know you opened up a new shop. What's this deal with this new shop?
Well, the deal is basically, I kind of figured freight would take a nosedive here, with fuel prices and the way things were going. And I kind of seen the writing on the wall, and everybody's been bugging me to build trucks for a long time. So I thought I'd kind of start doing that. And needless to say, the freight didn't die off, and truck building's just as busy as it ever has been. So you know how busy I was before with the trucking company. Well, now I'm just as busy with that, and even busier now building trucks. So kind of backfired on me. I really wasn't quite ready for that, to say the least. But things have been good. How's things going with you?
Oh man, we are doing really, really well. And I hate I'm not trying to boast on myself, but I will say Left Lane with Lefty has come a long way, and we really have. As you notice, we got the new banners and our new
Yeah, I
flag.
like that. Looks good.
And then we got Scott up there is actually having merchandise made for us. We're actually going to have shirts and stuff.
Nice.
And on top of that, if you look at the bottom of the screen, we actually now picked up a new sponsor. So I have Bull Snot, Diesel Life, and now Bottomley Enterprises as a sponsor.
Awesome. Awesome.
Hey, Brandon, are you gonna
doing
make it
good.
to the truck show down in Natchitoches?
No, I don't think we're going to. We're kind of the way Gary's truck's going. We've been waiting on parts, and about the time that the parts come in is about the time that show's going to be going on. So unfortunately, we're going to have to stay here. One of the bad things about building trucks for people is you don't get to make the shows like you did before, because it seems like you're always in the shop working on the weekends and everything else, because that's whenever it just seems like the parts always come in on a Friday conveniently. I don't know how that works, but I guess that's how it happens. So
Yep. Trust
Hey,
me,
money's
I'm
money,
picking
brother.
them up from Cat.
that's right.
Yep. And I know from picking them
Hey,
up.
I got a
from
question
Cat,
at you. I'm
we
gonna
don't
put
get
you
them
on the
until late.
spot.
Go for it. You know me. I like being put on the spot. Let's hear it.
What kind of money you take from Murphy?
Oh.
Let me tell you a little story about today. So I've been in this deal here lately where Murphy's had to sit outside because I got all this stuff going on. I got all these trucks here. I got all these trailers we're building. It's nuts around here. So I built this big shop up here thinking there's no way I'm ever going to need to worry about to have more room. I got all the room I could ever want for my own stuff. Murphy will never sit outside. Murphy's been sitting outside for 2 months and it's killing me. So today I go to the auction and I buy a big giant hoop building, to do all of our sandblasting in. And I was sitting there and I'm like, I could take the pickup over my box truck and go pick it up. No, we're taking Murphy in the detached trailer. Murphy hasn't moved. That poor thing's sitting out here in the sun. I think Murphy's got a suntan now. It's been sitting outside so long. So.
Wow.
Yeah, it's killing me. I hate it. That's the only, like I say, there's a few negatives to building people's trucks, and that is their trucks are sitting in the shop taking up all the room. So if you're listening, Gary, we're going to have to get your truck down to get it out of here because Murphy needs back inside. So.
Yeah, we don't need him getting too badly sunburned.
No, Murphy don't need to be getting sunburned.
No.
Oh, you ain't gonna answer my question, though, are you?
No. Well, let me put it to you this way. I just had this conversation with a buddy of mine earlier today too. So some people in this world and in this country are meant to be truck drivers. Some people are meant to be true truck drivers that live the lifestyle, and I'm one of those people. And sometimes when you find that right truck that fits you and it's the perfect truck for you, there's no amount of money that would buy that. There's no amount of money that'll get you out of that truck. It's like a bad drug addiction. And me and Murphy have that drug addiction together, and there's no separating us. It just ain't happening. So
I heard that.
I mean, let's face it. There's a price for everything. I mean, I'm not stupid either. There is a price for everything, but there's not a realistic price on that truck.
No,
I didn't think so. That's why.
No,
that's why I said what I
getting
said,
with our
because I know
jeans.
you would never. I know you'd
Yeah.
never
No, hell.
start it.
No, hell, you guys are going to have to bury me in that thing. When I die, I expect you guys to dig it deep enough. I want you to dig a big hole, and I want you to put me inside of it, and I want you to bury my ass in that thing, because if anybody else gets stuck with that truck and all the headaches I had to go through, they're going to hate that truck.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that to anybody else. Let me just die with that. That truck can die with me. So.
Scott would have it as a yard ornament sitting out there looking pretty. And he'd
There
have
we
lights
go.
on it at night. He would have lights on it so Murphy would glow at night. But other than that, he would sit at the yard.
He can go out and put his Christmas lights on and decorate it in his front yard, I guess.
Yeah, something like that. And you see him shaking his head. Yes, he would.
Yeah. So how are you? How are you, Scott? How's things been going?
I'm getting old. Can't you tell by the gray hair?
Well, yeah, I see your stage name is Father Time. That says it all right there.
Well, that's because all these clowns gave me. And I think, matter of fact, I think Justin's the one that started it, if I remember right.
No,
see.
Charles
They
started
started
it.
calling me Father Time.
Charles started that. I just went along with it.
No,
Oh, is that what it is?
Actually, I'm the one I think I
just
started
doing good,
asking
little
you.
brother.
Actually, I think the first thing I ever asked you was how, since you're that old, how short is a T-Rex's arms? But yeah.
It's a small arm, buddy. No, we doing all right. We just got a lot of stuff going on here around the mini farm. Redoing our house completely, 100%.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and it's
And he's fully
oh my
retired.
god,
He's fully
it just takes
retired.
time.
Driving a truck.
Wow. Sad day.
I'm telling you.
I'm starting to think I'm retired from driving a truck too.
You are.
Yeah, pretty much. I'll tell you, getting behind the wheel of Murphy today, though, I got the itch bad. Like, I'm ready to go haul load again. Like, I got the itch pretty bad, but I got way too much work scheduled to get that done. So
I heard that.
You need to build Murphy a place to get out of the weather.
oh, it's happening. We just like you're doing your house, we got a bunch of things up here in the shop going on. And, the dang Amish neighbors around here, they're just as busy as anybody else. And they're about the only carpenters left around here that do that stuff. And I know my last name's Carpenter, but don't expect me to build anything out of wood. So kind of waiting on them to come do some of that stuff so we can get some things going and get some of the stuff in, because we're running out of nice days. Actually, this weekend historically is about the last nice weekend. Then it kind of goes downhill after this point. So
Brandon says if it ain't a motor,
y'all
or it's
gonna
got
be getting
steel on it,
snow
I
here
ain't
before
building.
long.
well, I pride myself on being the jack of all trades. Matter of fact, this brick pillar behind me, we did this brick pillar, so I can at least do masonry work. And I built my staircase back there. I can do that too, but I can't I'm not a woodworker. I mean, I can do it, but I'm too busy for that. I just want to build trucks. That's all I care about.
It looks like that pillar behind you is kind of crooked.
I know. Like the guy who built it, right?
I didn't say that, brother. I would never say that about you.
Uh-huh. I hear it.
Let's see real quick. I'm gonna bring someone else in and see if make sure he's got a sound going. Are you good there, Frank? I'm gonna bring someone else in and see if make sure he's got a sound going. Are you good there, Frank?
I don't know, man. I got sound going. I don't know if it's right or not.
I don't know, man. Yeah, you're just gonna have to turn down the volume on that, whatever you're listening to, so we can hear you. You're just gonna have to turn down the volume on that, whatever you're listening to, so we can hear you. You're just gonna have to turn down the volume on that, whatever you're listening to, so we can hear you.
It's still got a big delay on it. I can't. I don't know. Too much high-tech stuff.
I'm telling you, you're used to just working in the shop, taking old motors, swapping them out, and putting in different trucks.
Now I can't hear anything. I can see everything, but I can't hear everything.
Turn your speaker up just a little bit. You ain't got to have it down all the way, but can you hear it?
Well,
can you hear?
Nah, I can't make it. I can't seem to make it work. I don't get it.
Can you hear? Oh, are you on your laptop at home or your main computer? Are you on your laptop at home or your main computer?
I'm on the main one.
Your mic might your mic might have too much gain on it. You may have to back your mic down a little bit.
Nobody asked me questions in the comments.
No, I'm getting feedback, and I got a big delay. I don't get that at all.
I'm getting feedback, and I got a big delay. I don't get. Yeah, I can hear it. All right. Well, we'll keep trying to work with you. Yeah, I can hear it. All right. Well, we'll keep trying to work with you.
Well, let me bail out. If I can get it right, I'll come back in.
All right. Yeah, he's working on it. That's Frank G with Frank G Trucks. Yeah, he's got a shop over in Kentucky, and that's what he does is rebuild older Freightliners. He likes them. and taking out they redo the Detroits and the Cats. They get rid of all the other junk, and that's his specialty. He's built
Good.
high tech Detroits, Super Tunes. Yeah, he loves them. You know what that is all about after you put that 14 liter in there in old Murphy.
Hmm. You know, a buddy of mine, the other day, he's got a junkyard and he gets in a lot of oil field trailers. And he got one in the other day that had a 14 liter on it. And those are industrial engines, you know, but they're 675 horse stock, which you got to change a bunch of stuff on them over to put them in a truck, which it really isn't that much, but it's enough stuff, but had 0 hours on it. He called me. He's like, "Hey, you interested?" I'm like, "Man, of all times, I don't need it right now. I got enough stuff going, but you're really twisting my arm here." Like another buddy of mine ended up buying it, but 0 hour 14 liter. That was really something.
Oh, that's like finding the gold nugget in a hay pile.
Absolutely.
That's a rare to come by one of those.
Yep.
Where'd Duck disappear?
He took off for a minute. He's trying to get his food off the grill. He was barbecuing. All right, let's go over here to the messages. Hello, Miss Deborah Shields. What did Glenn say? Your distributor's not come. Whatever he's saying over there.
I have no idea what he's saying.
You understand him better than me do. He's the one that left your house without a brake drum.
No, he finally put a brake drum.
Yeah, but he was fixing to leave your house without a brake drum.
Yeah, I know. We let him put that tire on first before we told him, "Hey, you got to put that drum back on first."
Yeah. I mean, this is some of the stuff we put up with there, Brandon. Telling you.
It's that damn Cajun talk down there in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Hey, watch your mouth.
Yeah, I was gonna say those dang people from way down south, you know.
Yeah.
On that note, we're gonna
he's
take
one of them show.
Go ahead, Scott.
He's one of them show me guys, Brandon. So you just, you
you
got to give him a little bit of slack.
No, because I mean, anytime you dare me to do something, I show you what it is. So.
Oh, wow.
True.
Wow.
Even when I took that truck almost off that cliff.
Yeah. Still had snow on
You
the
said
ground.
it, not me.
Yeah.
I know. That was a hell of a ride, too, though.
That was a scary ride, little brother.
For you or
He
for
had
me?
more fun with the wrecker operator trying to get it out there than he was himself.
Oh, God.
I bet he had to clean his drawers twice.
No, but I did get creative. I took 2-inch straps and I strapped them around the tires, around the rims and around the whole tire. And I tried to use that for traction too because, they didn't give me no chains because they don't run chains. So I tore up 4 good straps that day.
Yeah, Brandon, he was in a bad predicament.
Oh boy, that's never good.
Where was I? I think I was in Idaho.
Utah.
I ran up to Idaho to go pick up a load of decorative rocks.
Yeah.
And you had to go down this stupid ass dirt road and actually pick up in the area called Rock City, Idaho. And there was bullet holes in the sign. I knew that was a bad sign as soon as I saw the bullet holes in the sign. So got there, got picked up, and I went to go follow the GPS. Well, I pulled it up on Google Maps just to make sure I could cut over to 94, I do believe. And it didn't look bad, but the higher and higher the elevation, the more and more snow and ice that was on that dirt road. And well, I made it the furthest than anybody had in the past 20 years. So, and then I started backing down the hill, and then the trailer got sideways and almost went off a 30 or 40 foot embankment. So it was a little bit of a ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Peterbilt needed the new seat line.
And his little butt went.
Yeah, it
It
was
wasn't
not a
in a
good
Peterbilt.
ordeal.
It was in a Freightliner.
You didn't want
No, I was in a Kenworth.
Oh no, that's right. He was in that Kenworth at that
Yeah, I
time.
was in that T660
Yeah.
because my
That's
my
right.
motor blew a head
I
gasket
forgot
at
about that.
104.
Yeah. Running 104 across out there in the plains.
Yeah, blew a
Roger
head
said his
gasket.
internet was messing up. Curtis says, what out of this is Louisiana Bayou Man? Yeah. Curtis is from Louisiana, is down in that area too. He's picking on Glenn Clay Jr. He's down there around New Orleans. There, Curtis. And on that note,
So what's been going on in your life, Brandon?
Hold on, Scott.
Oh well, yeah, take your deal.
Yep, we got to take a break real quick.
I live my life like a cowboy, riding from town to town. I went from Wisconsin, Arizona, down to Bama, back to Georgia. Tell you, son, I've been around. No. If I don't do what I want to do.
Hey boys, it's my buddy Mitch Dow.
What's happening?
And listen, y'all come on, drive. We're looking for team drivers here at Bottomley's. We actually got a lot more new trucks. The 389s will be here next week here at the company. So if y'all would call in to bottomleyenterprises.com and ask to speak to Mitch Dow here, and he'll get you on. Mitch, you tell them anything you want to tell them?
Yes, sir. We have a terminal opening up in South Carolina. We're taking applications for that as well. These needing drivers in North Carolina and South Carolina. Teams, solos, local, give us a call.
I'll show y'all the truck. These are the brand new 579s. Sharp rides, boys. Nice trucks. Very nice. I just want to show everybody. See the insides of them.
And that's it from Bottomley Enterprises. And back to our regular scheduled program. Go ahead, Scott.
Well, I mean, I ain't say nothing.
Yeah, you did. You were asking Brandon what was going on. And
Oh.
Do I need to write it in a notepad?
Yeah, I need to write me a little notepad. I kind of, hey.
Hold on.
I
I'll
had
go
that
get
right
you
to
a
forget,
rock
though.
and a stone. I'll go get you a rock and a stone and a pterodactyl to flat to you.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Keep
How
it
long
up,
did it
Charles.
take you to create the wheel?
It took him a while.
I mean, first,
see what
did you have to? My question is, before you created the wheel, how did you discover tools?
You see what I deal with, Brandon?
I see this. They gang up on you, don't they?
Quite a bit.
That's all right. It don't matter.
I don't know Brandon all that well, so I have to pick on you.
It's fine. You can pick on me too. I can take it. They'll tell you I'm a big boy. We can handle it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, I've had a lot of
big boy.
Yeah. Oh, geez.
Yeah.
One thing I do want to say, seeing that video from Bottomley, so I did take, was it last? Gosh, all the weeks run together. Week 4 last, we took off and we went down to Charleston for the week because, long story short, my mom had some medical issues last year, and we wanted to get away and take a vacation, and unfortunately last year wasn't the year for it. So this year we decided we were going to take off and take a week and go do something, and I was definitely ready for it with the way things have gone. But one of our places we always stop at is around Mount Airy, North Carolina, when we're headed south like that. It's always something we've always done since we were kids, and I kind of had to laugh because we're going along, down through Mount Airy there, and I'm like, Mitchell Bottomley's place has got to be coming up. I've never seen it, and then all of a sudden we're coming along. I look off to the left, and of course, it just so happens that day I had to be in a hurry. I didn't get a chance to stop, but I see Not Daddy's Money sitting up at the top of the hill, and it was one of those things where I seen it. I'm like, I know exactly where I'm at now, and what a beautiful facility that guy has. I mean, that place is awesome up there. From the road, it looks like $1 million, and seems like they're doing pretty good. And
yeah, and he's building his new chrome shop, which I got a video on that too. Where'd it go? I need to play it too because he's got it there. Here,
show y'all the progress on the Mayberry Chrome Shop. Starting to come along pretty good. The boys are about to get the roof on it. You can see the shade right there underneath. The roof is probably 80% or better done. I'm thinking tomorrow being Thursday, the roof should be finished. So they're actually on the last section right there. We'll have more updates, more to show. Everybody can see. We're hoping to get concrete floor poured in the next few days, and sidewalls will be going on, so y'all actually see what the building's going to look like. Thank you. Stay in touch. God bless. Thank all of you for watching TikTok.
Yeah, it's gotten a little further because that was the week before, and he hasn't done a new update on it yet. But yeah, I guarantee it's probably got the walls on it now.
Yeah, I would imagine by now. But to answer your question, Scott, everything's going on, literally everything. I've been accused lately of not getting back a hold of people, and as you know, I'm always hard to get a hold of, and imagine now how hard it is. I have a ton of stuff going on. I mean, it is nuts, the amount of things that are happening around this place. And I never dreamed, starting off whenever, I kind of sat down, I've been brainstorming this for a while, it's something else that I kind of wanted to do is build trucks, and as you guys know, I've talked about it forever, and it just kind of, one day it's kind of like, well, I just kind of decided it was something I was going to do. And now it's like, I'm working more hours now than I was before, and it's totally unintentional, that it was going to be that way, but that's just kind of how it is, and life's been great with that. But
yeah, we talked about that 2 years ago in Wildwood.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And everybody,
what your plans were.
Yeah, and there's such a need for it, and I have access here to so much because of the fact, the Amish and the Mennonites do so much around here that, some of their stainless steel work that they can do for me and the interior work, you just can't get all that within a mile of my shop. Most places you got to go 40 minutes, an hour, 2 hours away to get that kind of work done.
Yeah.
So here it's just kind of the.
Now here's the question. Now, hold on. Here's the question, Brandon.
Yeah.
Now here's the question. Now, would you ever thought of seeing yourself where you're at 3 years ago?
Not like this.
When we first met you?
Yeah, no, not like this. I wouldn't have dreamed that. I always, it's kind of like, you guys know me, like I'm a driver. Like not only do I work on them and I can do everything that needs done to a truck myself. I never dreamed I'd be doing it for other people really per se full time. And that's one of the things I'm actually struggling with because I'm a driver. I like driving truck. Like that's kind of my thing, Yeah. And here lately, but I like building them just as much, but here lately, not driving the truck's been a little hard on me. I'm not going to lie. Like it's a little tough looking out that window and seeing Murphy sit in the driveway every day and knowing there's plenty of freight for me to go haul. It's just sitting there.
Yeah. And you got to take your time out from doing what you're doing. So you could get in Murphy and drive him for a little while.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But
right now we're just trying to get EB2 out the door. EB2, we've had to wait on some parts, and we had some unexpected things we kind of ran into with that truck. So once EB2 leaves here, I can kind of breathe a little bit more of a sigh of relief that all the other projects come in the door after that. I've got a little more time on.
How long have you had EB2?
Yeah.
EB2's been here for about a month and a half, almost 2 months. And I can't tell you guys what's going on with EB2 because I'm sworn to secrecy, but there's a lot of cool things happening with it. It's not going to be anything super crazy over the top or anything like that, but just it's going to be a nice truck again. Not that it was ever not a nice truck, but Gary's putting his spin on how he wants it, and we're trying to bring that to life for Gary and make it happen of what he wants. And do it the right way and get it done because unfortunately some of the work that was done on that truck before, there's some issues, we're trying to correct some of that stuff. And naturally the truck's a 1998. So, and we all know Gary worked her hard.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's time to put it down and do some work to it, and get her fixed back up again. So
being that close to him, how's he liking his cab over? Because I've heard.
well, I don't know if you guys seen or not, but Gary sold the cab over, so the cab over's gone. Wasted money is gone.
Yeah, he sold it a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Yep. So Gary and me, obviously, we talk about it every day because I keep him updated on what's going on. And one of the things that's kind of happening with Gary is he's obviously, we all know Gary. Gary's the man in trucking. He's always running. I mean, I can't keep up with the guy. One day he's one place, the next day he's another. And with that, it's a little hard to run something that old. And that thing had a 350 horse big cam in it. He's hauling primarily, big loads and stuff like that. That's just a lot for that truck to do. And not only that, but a small bunk, and he's got his dog with him all the time. That's a lot to go out and try to pull off.
Yeah.
So he made it. The truck went to a great home. It couldn't have went to a better home. And I think, everybody came out good on that deal. Naturally, it's hard to see Gary, sell something cool like that. He put a lot of his designs and stuff into that truck and a lot of the things he wanted. But at the end of the day, if it ain't working for you, it ain't working.
Yeah.
How much you give for
it?
What's that? You still trying to buy Murphy now? Come on.
No, he said,
no,
what you give for it?
No. I said, how much you give for the cab over?
How much? Oh, I didn't buy it. No, it didn't come to me. No. No, I'm done buying trucks. I'm done buying trucks, guys. Like I'm telling you, I literally have
the only way he's buying another one is if another Murphy popped up and said, "Here, I'm a twin."
I don't even know about that, to be quite honest with you. I've got every truck. The only thing I'm missing in my collection, is I still want a K100 Aerodyne, round headlight. Early 80s, that's the only truck I'm missing that I've ever wanted. And other than that, I've had them all. Yeah, they're out there. I'll get one of these days. And I'm not in no hurry to get one right now because the problem is I ain't got room to store these trucks. I am rebuilding my flat glass right now, on the side of doing everything else too. I'm redoing my flat glass. I put an aero bunk back on it, big hold in. We're getting ready to send it to the interior shop here soon. Once we're done, everything's basically kind of on hold until EB2 gets done. And then once EB2 gets done, we can do some of my stuff and finish my projects up too.
Yeah, because I was going to ask you, because I know a while back you bought that other truck. And it's a historical truck. I was just wondering what you had come along on it and what you figured out about it.
Which one are you talking about? Because I bought a couple of them back.
The twin stick.
Oh yeah, the Dane truck. Yes, absolutely. So the Dane truck, still sitting where it's at. Unfortunately, that truck is. We actually early this summer, we started on it again and kind of got some things done, got some loose ends tied up on it. And basically the point where we're at right now is we still got to put the dash in and finish the wiring. Then once we get that done, I'll be able to kind of get it back out and show it to everybody again, the few modifications that we did to it.
Nice. Well, I mean, that's what people have been asking. A couple of them have been asking because they know they've seen the truck. They know when you first got the truck and other things, but we won't go into that. But, it's just they wanted to know how the truck was coming along and if you still had it and if you've done any modifications or anything to it. So,
Old Lightning still here, and I doubt Lightning will ever go anywhere. One of my buddies just tried buying it from me a couple weeks ago, and it's almost, that truck is almost, for me, it's become another Murphy in itself that I don't know that it'll ever leave this place. I mean, it's going to take some serious thinking and a pretty big pocketbook before that truck ever leaves here, just because where else are you going to find a truck that's right out of the vintage that I like, that has a story with it, and that truck almost kind of has a special story with me as well, and it's like, I just don't see me running across anything else like that. And I'm an A model guy. Like, it doesn't get any better than a long hood A model. I mean, that's where it's at for me. So,
yeah, I like the A model, and the A model is a beautiful truck. You know, we were talking about, like we said on earlier, we were talking about trucks. We were asking the difference between the 379 and 389. And then me and Scott were earlier talking about the early inventions of the KW, which they came out in 1923, but the first truck they actually really produced was 1929, and it was a chain driven.
Yep.
And yes, Scott. No, 29. And if you really want to, here. All right, since I got to do this, Hold on, Scott.
Okay, fine, Trent. No.
I'm putting it up here just to make you understand. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You see that right there? Yeah. That is right there. That's Kenworth. That is from Kenworth. Get off the dealer crap.
29. You're right. I apologize.
Yeah, I was about to say, you're saying 39. I had to put you back in the right place. Yeah, that come out of the Seattle plant. Yeah. So I was just letting you know. I like my Kenworth. That's why my logo is the Kenworth. I am a Kenworth fanatic. I love my Kenworth. But I will put it back up here. Let's see. Oh, where did he go? Is he down there? I think he's back. Let's see. Yeah, he's working out. Let's see. Oh, where did he go? Is he down there? Are you doing all right now? Let's see. Yeah, he's working out. Let's see. Oh, where did he go?
I don't know what's going on.
Huh. Yeah, he's working out. Are you on StreamYard or are you on something else?
I don't know what's going on. Hey, Brandon.
Are you on StreamYard or are you on
Yeah.
While I'm on StreamYard, I got real time on YouTube.
All right.
Yeah. While I'm on StreamYard, I got real time on
Go ahead and ask Brandon what you wanted to ask him. All right.
I got a delay everywhere else.
Huh. Go ahead and ask Brandon what you wanted to ask him.
Oh, I wasn't going to ask him anything. I was going to tell him. Brandon, what happens? What happens when you get? Oh, I wasn't going to ask him anything. I was going to tell him. When you get all caught up on building trucks, you'll still only be like 4 or 5 behind. You'll be trying to get. You'll come on the show and you'll go, this old guy Frank was on here. He's been building trucks for about 20 years. He told me I was going to be like 5 behind. This old guy Frank was on here. He's been building trucks for about 20 years. I've been trying to build a truck for myself for 3 years, and every time I almost get one built, somebody sticks their head in the shop and goes, how much for that one? Somebody sticks their head in the shop and goes, how much for that one? Anyway, I got a mean delay. I don't know where it's coming from, but I'm not a technical guy, so I'm just going to give up.
Well, I wanted to say back to him, I think he's right, and he's probably only about, 38 years old, right?
Something like that.
The gray hair tells me he's probably only about 38, and he's been building trucks for, the past 10 years, and he looks like that now. So
I wouldn't be.
I'm gonna have a bunch of gray hairs. What I'm saying here before too long, because I know exactly what he's saying. That he's right. I mean, I could see where that would be the problem.
Yeah, give it a year or two.
Now you were talking about the old Model A's. I would love to find me a needle nose.
Mm-hmm.
That has always been my dream right there, to find me one and restore it.
Well, actually, it's funny because, I watch Facebook Marketplace all the time, just looking, I'm always just seeing what old trucks are out there. I actually seen there was one up in Michigan for sale. It was actually a complete truck, running, driving. Seen it last night. It was only 10 grand. It's a pretty good deal. You might want to hop on that.
Send me the link.
I'll see if I can find it. I'm pretty sure I saved it. So
Send me the link. You never know. 10 grand. That's all they wanted.
Yeah,
Runs?
yeah, it was a good deal. Yep, it was a real good deal. The guy just said it was, it needs work. It's an aluminum frame truck, and I mean, I'm sure it needs some stuff, but it for 10 grand, you couldn't hardly go wrong.
Well, for some ungodly reason, if I do get to do it, you better answer your phone because you're closer than I am.
I hear you. I hear you.
So you might as well just get my old Murphy rolling and go.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be a little hard to do because you're going to have to fight with Gary on that because I got to get EB2 done. That's all we're concerned with right now.
All right, I'll make a deal with you. I'll drive my pickup, grab Murphy, go get it, bring it back to your place. When you get time, you can bring it down here.
There we go. That'd work. Although, I'll tell you, nobody else has ever driven Murphy except for Tom, and that's about it. So that'd be saying a lot if you got to drive Murphy. That would really be saying something.
I would say something, but I won't. I'll call you on the phone and tell you.
Hey, that was Lightning, not Murphy. There's a difference.
Yeah.
You know where I was going with that, don't
Oh,
you?
I know where you're going with that. Trust me.
Yeah.
I know where you're going with that. I'm not going to say anything.
No, we're not.
That's old news.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. But it was funny though to watch you. You knew exactly where I was going.
Oh yeah. It's funny because sitting here, it's like I haven't done one of these in 2-3 years, whatever the last time was I was on his deal. So I haven't done this in forever, and I'm sitting here and I'm just like, man, this is like the old days all over again. Only without the craziness and everything else that accompanies it.
Yes.
Well,
yes. And
me
more
and
straight up
Charles,
than actual people.
Yeah. Me and Charles, Justin, and there's a couple other ones involved. We all got together, 2 years ago, y'all? And we come out.
A little over a year and a half.
No, it was right about 2 years.
Yeah, about 2 years, just right after
April 1st.
Wildwood.
2021.
Yeah, Wildwood.
Yep.
Right at Wildwood. And we decided to do this. Charles and Justin and all of we got together. This is a group thing. And we decided to have it like this, but there's certain boundaries that we don't cross. We don't put down people. Now, they mess with me. We mess with each other. That's different.
Absolutely.
But, and it's a deal that we like having. We put the links out. Drivers can pop in. They can say what they got to say, or they do it in the messages or whatever. And it's something that we brought together. And to me, and I'm not bad-mouthing nobody, to me, this is better than what it was. And I'm telling you, as a co-host, we do this almost every Saturday night. And if you would like to join, I'll send you a link. And if you can come on. We'd love to have you. I mean, we love to sit here and talk about trucks, what's going on, what's happening in the trucking life, kind of help people out, get everything up to where they understand what's going on. And if people's got questions, they can throw it in the comments. We'll try and answer it. If we can't answer it, Charles, me, or one of us, we'll go in the back and we'll start digging up just to see if we can find it. Now, Justin, he's been a lot of help, but he works nights, so it's kind of hard. We don't know if he's ever working on weekends or whatever. So it's just it's a one of these type deals, And
it's kind of a 50-50 shot if I'm going to be here or not.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a gamble, basically. But you're more than welcome to come in anytime. It's normally about, Charles? 7:30, between 7:30 and 8:30 your time, Brandon?
Yeah.
So
we try to come on. I try to make sure that, like the average is 8 o'clock. So that way drivers have had enough time to park, sit and relax for a few minutes. And then if we pop on, then they can come in and join if they ain't home. or if they're at home, they can come in and join us and talk about different things that are going on. And see, we would really like to have you. And I told you this when we were at Matt's, that anytime you ever did want to come on, you can come on. We can talk about your knowledge, and if anybody had anything that they wanted to ask, I mean, you're a young guy, you're full of knowledge, and we want that out there. So the younger and newer drivers, because I have new drivers hitting me up daily, constantly asking about this, that, what's this, how's that? They didn't teach me this in school. They don't teach us this. And it's like I'm constantly giving them that information. And I'm like, all right, come on the show and just listen, and we'll give you the information to help you out.
Absolutely. Well, that's one thing too, that I've always tried to do this for people, and that's also something I'm always trying to help people. It doesn't matter, my neighbors, the other truckers. I mean, I help a lot of people. And one of the things I'm always big on is guys that get into this. We all started somewhere, and none of us knew everything right off the bat. And not that any of us know everything to this day. We're still learning. Every single day, I learn something. And whenever I started this, I didn't know anything. I mean, I didn't grow up in this like a lot of people did. So whenever it comes to a new driver or questions, it's just like installing things on trucks. That's a lot of what I do now. I mean, that's an awful lot of what I do. And as you guys know, I'm pretty knowledgeable in it. It's something that, now I'm comfortable enough to go out and do it for a business. But even just as simple as questions on installing stuff, a lot of times I can answer those questions because it's what I do now.
Yeah.
I'll help anybody. I mean, if anybody has questions, I mean, I always try to answer, to the best of my knowledge and whatever their question is that I can answer. So, yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's the reason why every week I try to get diversity. I usually try to get owners and operators out here. I also try to get company owners on. Like I said, I had Troy and Mitchell on here. They were talking about their truck shows that they're putting on, and then the battle that they got going in between each other about their truck race. And then it looks like I'll be going to Alabama for a actual truck race with these two. So, I mean, yeah.
So what you're telling me is we're going to have to get Murphy in on this race?
I'm guessing it's not in Alabama. Yeah, October the 11th and 12th. It's a weekend deal. Everybody's invited. Someone on TikTok challenged them, and they come on my show, was talking about the challenge, and said, we're just going to have to put him in his place. Well, Troy's breaking out the big guns, and Mitchell says, I got some bigger guns. And so now it's the back and forth, and they are showing up. So, yeah.
Well, good for them. That'll be fun. That's the good, clean fun in things, whenever people can do things like that and can go out and have some fun with it. I'll let those two have fun with that because I know old Murphy ain't going to keep up with that. So,
no. I mean, here I'll show you a video of what little bit of the fun that they're having. This is Mitchell. He's having a little bit of fun with Troy. Check this out.
Tear that ass up. Hey. You better get Bocephus ready because I'm going to take Bocephus home with me before the end of the year. That'll be my truck. And you won't have it no more. So you better get doing some work when we hit the drag strip, buddy. I can promise you that.
That's great.
The look on his face was like, what? You really?
That's great. Well, that'll definitely be interesting when that happens. And, good for those two having good, clean fun with it. Unfortunately, I don't do TikTok. That's one thing that sets me aside from everybody else. And I'll do stuff like this, but I'm pretty much like the Amish of the show truck world. I'm trying to keep it as basic as possible, and I'm the old school guy. And even though I'm young, I still want to keep the old schoolness in trucking alive. And part of that is, as crazy as it sounds, I just have never gotten into TikTok, and that's a road I just don't want to go down. So unfortunately, I missed a lot of that stuff. I didn't even know those two were doing that because I'm not on there, and I probably never will be just because it's just something in my head. I want to keep myself as much old school as possible.
Yeah, they get on there. I mean, I would say I'm on there. A lot of my videos that I do that you may see a little bit in the group. Um, I have to start switching them over, but you'll see a lot of them over on YouTube. I've been doing a lot on YouTube and Twitter and shoving them on there because the more I get my name out there, the more better it is. The more people I get to come and watch. And that's the key thing. I got to grow, and the bad thing is I got to be on all platforms. If I'm ordered to grow, I got to have a diversity of people to be able to make it anywhere. Which, like
Yep.
I said, from doing that, and for me doing the videos that I do on TikTok and of the trucks and everything that I film, is what got me the sponsorship and a lot of the other stuff that has happened. Is because hey, I love the video work you do. I love this. I love the way you did that. And the more stuff I do, the more they like it, the more I send them. Just like I got an ad for his Mayberry show that he asked me to do. So I've done that too, which I'll be probably playing towards the end. But yeah, I got that too. So
Awesome.
it's just a diversity for me because that's the only way I'm going to grow.
Yeah,
I stay on one
absolutely.
platform. I'm not further than that.
Yep, absolutely.
But I still need to get up there, and I need to sign my name the right way on your trailer, though. I need that match.
Did you guys see?
Got it.
Did you guys see? It was pretty cool that, and I kind of had to laugh about it because the way the whole situation went down. The people that I buy my paint from, they are a big seller of House of Color paints, and I don't know if you guys know about House of Color paints and all that, but.
Yep.
House of Color paints are obviously top of the line, very expensive. Well, they have the guys from Counts Customs come in every year to an open house at a big drag strip up in northern Ohio here. And the guys from House of Color thought the bar trailer was the coolest thing, and they wanted me to bring it and set it up there. Well,
Nice.
of course, when I set it up, they had all the guys from Counts Customs come down. They're like, that's the coolest thing ever. Like, and then they said, well, why don't we sign the bar and everything? So they all signed the bar, which was pretty neat. And then Ryan from Counts actually pinstriped my CB, which was pretty awesome. And yeah. So the bar trailer's making its rounds out there in the world. You know, that's kind of the cool thing is it's already got some. I don't want, and that's another thing too. Like I'm so busy building trucks. Like you guys know, I live, breathe, eat, sleep trucking. I watch TV, but I don't have TV because I don't pay for it because I'm never sitting here watching TV for long periods of time that I would get my money's worth out of it. So I'm out in the shop working. So I even had to tell those guys, I said, I know of the show. And the only reason why I know of the show is because of Wayne, because Wayne used to talk about it. And I think I've watched maybe one or two episodes, but I had to tell them that I honestly didn't know who they were. I don't watch TV. So
it's understandable. But
yeah.
I do have something for you before you leave.
Awesome.
I'll have Scott and I and a bunch of others sign this, but this one will be yours. This is a flag that you're going to hang up in your trailer.
Awesome. I can't wait.
It's just like the banner, but it's a flag. Yep. You can hang it up. Me, Scott, and a few others, and we'll get the drivers, and I'll get Hater Made and all them. We'll get to sign it, and that'll be strictly for you for your bar trailer.
Hey, I love that. That'll be awesome.
And I'll get a hold of you, get your address, and we'll send it to you.
Yeah, that would be awesome, guys. We're getting stuff all the time. People are, you know, and that's going to be one of the coolest additions in there, you know, but people are giving me stuff all the time for it. And that thing, every time it rolls out the door, it just gets cooler and cooler, you know, and I can't wait. It's like this year, you know, unfortunately, I kind of had to back off on the shows a little bit because we're so busy building trucks. But I'm hoping next year I make my rounds a lot more with that trailer. We can really get out and show off that trailer and what we're doing with it. And
yeah, because that trailer, it actually worked out real good at Max. It really did.
It did.
It'll work. Cold wind, and it had nice heat in there.
Oh yeah. We will definitely be at Matt's for sure. And I think we're going to end the year. Unfortunately, it looks like I'm probably going to just do one more show, and that'll be Large Car down in Virginia. Will probably be our last show for the year. And then we're going to we're going to regroup this winter, like I say, get some stuff done. And next year, I'm hoping we can really roam around and hit up a bunch of the good ones and get out there and really see people and get our name out there too of what we're doing. So,
yeah, need to. You need to come on here. I want you to come in here and when you get a chance, come in here. We'll get you set up, do a little ad, and I want you to get your business out there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, I appreciate that.
People can know exactly who you are, where you're at, what you're doing.
That'd be awesome.
Hey, anything for you, brother. I mean, you've always been there in my corner, and you've always, helped us out and stuck with us. Even though there was times where you were sitting there going, do I trust you? Yeah.
There was a lot of things coming at me, as you know, around that time. And it was kind of a time that I had to find myself too in this whole deal, and where I belonged. And the whole thing of it, I didn't know who to believe or who to trust. And I think we were all in that boat. It wasn't just me. I think you were doing the same thing. So
yeah, it was to figure out what is it because of the other person that you're shying away from me. I mean, it was like I'm trying to make people know that I'm not part of that. That is not me. That's something else. Which I think that's come a long ways, and it's been proven that I'm not that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And in the end, it all worked out. And I think, everything happens for a reason. And look at where we're all at today. And thank gosh it happened the way it did, because I don't think if it happened the way it did, any of us would know each other, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah. I don't think any of us would be talking.
Nope. So it all worked out.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can say. The one thing that was said out of that whole thing was unity. And the only thing I can say, it brought everybody else together.
Sure did.
Light, but it brought everybody else together.
Well, a little point I'm going to make here, and there's a lot of truth to this, is at the end of the day, we're all, and rumor has it that individual is still involved in trucking or whatever. But at the end of the day, we're all still here doing what we're doing. And we're all still involved in the industry in some way or another. And who knows what that guy's doing? Who knows what he's doing out there in the world or whatever? But I would say that probably every one of us on the screen is doing something in the industry that's bettering it or doing something for it, And there's something to be said for that. So, the good people, you weed through the bad and you find the good people. And when they're around for a long time, more than likely, especially in this business, as you guys know, a lot of people come and go. Well, it's just like me. I'll be here till the bitter end. The day I die will be the day I leave this business. So,
yeah, and it's just like me. I'm here to help the drivers, and that's what it's for. Us to have fun, get drivers involved back into the old round table, get out here, get it out. It was just like in your trailer, in the bar trailer that night. I played the video, I've saved it. And I had to bring it back up. But when we sat there and we were sitting there at the bar, I was at the bar, the rest of y'all were at the table sitting there talking about trucking. That went on for almost 2 hours. There was me, you, and then it was the Kaiser boys, and then a couple of your friends that come in that also drove that were in the show. And that's what we did. We just sat there and talked about what was going on, how it went, about trucking. It wasn't how old school trucking was.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to bring back. I'm trying to keep that still alive, because a lot of people say, oh, it's dead and it's gone. No, it's not. If you guys go to these truck shows, you can actually see that driver roundtable is not gone anywhere. It just moved to a different area, but it hasn't gone anywhere.
I agree. Well, hey guys, I got to run.
Redid.
Hold on, Scott.
Brandon, I'll call you in a little while. Okay.
Absolutely. I got to run. My phone's going to die. So I'll see you guys. It was good seeing everybody. Take care.
I'm glad you stopped in. You're hanging out.
Yeah.
And like I said, next time you want to come on, let me know. You're in.
Absolutely. Everybody take care. I'll see you.
Yep.
See ya.
All right. I'll give you a call after a while.
That was nice to actually have him pop in.
That's a pretty cool dude, fellas.
Yeah. Yeah. What's up, Curtis? Curtis one. Yep. What's up? That's showing you know too, Justin.
Oh yeah.
What did Roger say? In the resistor cartridge next to the cylinder 7. Wow, what's going on over here? We're not paying attention. Glenn says, I have a question as a new driver, just getting out of the Swift driving school where I put, where do I put the blinker fluid in my new Volvo? Oh no, you have to ask Justin on that one because I mean, Justin will know where the blinker fluid goes in there. Glenn, he knows exactly where it goes in on that Volvo.
I think it's in between the drum and the front steer tire on the driver's side.
Is that where it goes?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. At least we know where it goes now. It's in between the drum and the front tire. Because, you know, Justin knows because he's got a Volvo. Well, it's a
Motherfucker.
I'm sorry. There's the Volvo. He's got the Volvo going. That's his brother driving the Volvo. Oh, no. Here it is. Here it is. Scott. No, Scott, you missed it. There's his Volvo.
Well, that's a new one.
He's got the Volvo. We got the Volvo. It's there. It's there.
God, you guys couldn't have picked a better picture?
Yeah, but hey, Charles, I think this will probably be better for him. Look.
Wow.
Oh, for U.S. Express, huh? Really? I don't know. You know.
Oh my God! Seriously?
I didn't do that. That was Scott. That was all Scott. That's Scott.
No, it's not me. I can't do that.
You are lying,
Scott. I know you're full of shit because I used to have the same abilities what you got.
Yep. Because you got to remember, he was my co-host before you.
Oh God.
Justin made that up just for. That was one of Justin's little favorites. Kept pulling it up.
I was actually, where the hell was I? I think it was either Oregon or Idaho. Oh God, it was either Oregon or Idaho, and I actually saw a Swift truck with a tag axle, and I took a picture of it, and I called Robert, and I said, "Hey, are you up here?" And he said, "No, why?" And I said, "Well, dude, I just found a Swift truck with a tag axle on our, you know."
Yeah.
And I took that picture and I posted his head right next to it. And I sent it to him. I got it somewhere on my phone. That was the best thing I'd ever seen.
Wow. That's about like Scott right here.
All right, there, little boy.
That's just about like Scott with his automatic.
Come here. Here.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to leave that one alone.
Yeah, you might want to, Scott. Because if not, Glenn will be popping out going, where's that 4-foot extension? I didn't see it.
Well, you want to wrap this up with this stay in the background?
Well, you've got people watching. You won't say that out loud.
But this was Scott. He sat there and told me, he goes, Miss Karen's trying to take him out. He said she's trying to take him out.
My music hits so hard, makes me say, oh my God.
You want to end it?
She was going to end you.
Yeah, she was going to take him out. Made him and Kelly both turn their heads when she said, how's that chocolate taste? Yeah. He was slipping some X-Lax in that sandwich that they were eating.
Well,
so other than that, life's been pretty good for you there, Justin?
Yeah. It's been all right. You know, it's been a lot easier since I don't have to deal with all that, you know, bullshit of what Brandon's doing, you know, running companies and all that kind of shit. So
yeah, you got a lot of stress off of you. You don't worry about truck maintenance and insurance and fuel bill.
Yeah. It's I'll tell you this, in the last I would say probably the last couple of weeks, that itch has been coming back, and I've been fighting it hard not to follow that itch.
As in go buying a truck.
Yeah. I've been. I still get creditors calling me all the time to see if I still need financing for another truck and all that shit, and I just I have to block their number. I gotta block their number. It's like, yeah, I need another truck. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
It ain't worth it no more. With all the rules changing and the regulations and
Scott, I've like I said earlier, I've seen people, post stuff on Facebook, asking about, is it worth getting their DOT number, or is it worth, going out and buying a truck and all that stuff. And I've said the same thing you have several times. No, it's not worth it anymore. Even people that I've talked to in person, they've asked me, or said, I'm gonna go out and get my own truck and all that stuff, and I just tell them it's not worth it. And then I sit here and I think about it, and it's like, man, I miss it. I wouldn't mind doing it again, but it's more like I don't have the stress anymore of doing it. And that itch, like I said, that itch has just came back like a couple weeks ago, and it's hard not to look on, auction time or truck paper, and because I still got the apps on my phone, so
yeah. Then your next thing you're wondering is where you
do what?
Where you're going to find a good broker and all that, and then you have to go back through all that again.
Well, and I think I could still call my contacts that I've had before and set things up and go back to it. But once again, it's like that itch is there. I want to do it, but and the other part of my brain is like, are you just stupid or playing dumb? You don't want to go through that crap anymore. Here.
No, be honest with you, dude. I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought about it a couple times, and I've seen a few of them come up, and it's like, ooh, they catch your eye, and it's like, no.
Yeah.
I thought about it, but that's as far as I went. Like you, you thought about it, but that's as far as you went.
Yeah.
You didn't.
I don't know.
He didn't stick the knife in. He didn't stick the knife in the cake to cut it.
No, Glenn says the fella had to retire to take care of the 3rd-degree sunburn on that left arm from the shifting that thing out the window. Yeah, that's what Glenn said. Glenn said you had to retire because you had 3rd-degree sunburn on that left arm from shifting that thing out the window. I know, Glenn. You had to really stretch it out there to make them left-hand turns with it too. You'd hang a flag on the end of it, so that way you smart.
Y'all need to get it right. It was the right window because the shifting out was on the right side, so it had to go out the right window, not the left one. But what is he talking? He drives Volvo, so it don't matter.
So, Scott, with your 10-foot extension on your automatic, did you always have to leave your oversized banners on and your beacons on and a little red flag on the outside of the shifter and all that?
Yep.
Make sure he had to clear to them right-hand turns.
People looking at him stupid. Why has he got his beacons on? There ain't no oversized here. This trailer's empty. Oh wait,
I had to tell him
dust particles on that trailer?
Yeah. That's sparkles.
Oh, you're so wrong. You're so wrong. That's just wrong.
Yeah. Well, I think we're coming up on our 2 hour. I think we ought to go ahead and call it for the night. What do y'all think? I see Father Time over there getting ready. He's yawning, getting ready to go to sleep.
I ain't yawned yet. You're seeing
just did.
Man, you just did on screen. Would
I
you
might
like
have
me
to
to
go
go back
back and
to a
watch it.
playback? I'll play it back.
No, don't.
I'll play it as a second
Yeah.
video.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Shut up.
So, well, Justin, it was good to have you on. We need to have you on more often when
Yep.
you can.
Yeah.
And that we appreciate you stopping in. Anything you want to say? Yep, that was his brain dying out.
Yep, that's it, dying out. Battery's running low. It's 9:30, man.
Y'all have a good night. Be safe out there. It's bedtime. Even Glenn says it's bedtime.
You know damn well he ain't going to bed yet.
That's 10:30.
No, he ain't gonna go to bed.
No, he ain't going to bed yet. He's probably still working on a 12th beer right now.
Probably.
That might be the reason why it takes him 20 minutes in between the typing.
Hold my phone. I gotta go get another beer.
Yeah. I gotta make my fingers cold so I can type. I'm gonna get arthritis in them.
Yeah. Fingers so cold from holding a beer the screen touch don't register it.
Glenn says he's been in bed for over about an hour.
Prove it. Come on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can't say he ain't got the link because I sent it to him.
Yeah. No, it ain't. It doesn't say Budweiser on the top of it, so you don't know how to click it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Glenn says no beer tonight. Too much moonshine last night.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
It's probably that milk juice is all it was. It wasn't nothing strong. Probably that 2% alcohol. You know how that is.
Yeah. He probably got some of that swamp fever is what it was. You know how that
Probably.
goes. Get a little bit of that swamp fever running. Yep. Well, anything you want to say, Scott?
Everybody just be safe out there.
We'll be back next week. We'll have more info on trucks. We're going to have some more questions. We figured we'll give this a shot and see how it went with the questionnaires. I know we didn't get onto the New Jersey Parking Authority crap. It's kind of weird because it's inside the city limits, and the New Jersey City is saying they don't want no trucks parking in the city, but where they're parking at is actually an industrial park, and they're paying $500 for this permit. And they're telling them that the permit ain't no good, and they're still getting booted and towed. So if you guys want to see it, it's on CDL Life. It's also Asian Mai has also got a little thing going on it. He said something about it yesterday. But when I was out looking for other news today, trying to find something totally different, weird, it kept pulling up on everything. So we figured we'd talk about it, but there's been enough people talking. But we're going to start doing some more questions on trucks, question your knowledge. So be prepared because next week it'll probably be Kenworth or Mack, Freightliner, maybe even Oshkosh. Some of y'all may not know it, but yeah. Did you all know that Oshkosh and Kenworth were the first major movers?
No. Let's not answer all together at once, Scott. I mean,
yeah, they were the first until 1992 when the Mack 822 come on the scene. Yeah, or the 882. Yeah, the Mack 822, I believe. Yeah, in 1992, but they were used since 19. Let's see, Oshkosh and Kenworth were started being used to do major heavy haul in Canada, Oregon, and Seattle, and Washington. The first one they bought was 1964. First one used was in 65. The very first one that was bought out of the Seattle plant, and I will say in the state that I live in, TVA, which is the Tennessee Valley Authority, bought their first Kenworth in 1964. and it's still being used today here in Tennessee. So just some of the things that we're going to be talking about. So you Kenworth guys, you Peterbilt guys, we'll probably have some more on Peterbilt Freightliners. Like I said, Kenworth Max. So we're going to start throwing questions out and seeing what you all know about your knowledge about the truck you drive or the truck you want to drive or the truck you own. So on that note, we will get over here. We will, better yet, we'll leave out on Justin's little note. I'll do a video and then we'll leave out on Justin's. And then we'll go from there. We'll do Brandon because this is Murphy.
They see me rolling, they hating, patrolling and trying to catch me riding dirty. 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 My music's so loud, I'm swinging. They hoping that they gon' catch me riding dirty. Trying to 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 catch me way on the grind.
And that video was a little shaky because it was the wind was blowing up there at that show, and it really was doing a kicker on us. So we'll do this one, and then we're out.
Sure don't know, I know a dirty. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. With a love song, it's less dangerous. Here we are now, entertainer. I feel stupid and contagious. Here we are now, entertainer. And I forget just why.
Truck drivers don't talk about how hard it is to walk out the front door, knowing it could be weeks before we see our families again, or how we promise our kids we'll be back when we know there's a chance that we may not. Calling up an old friend to talk about old times, but all they want to talk about is last weekend when you were 1,000 miles away. Working a long 14-hour day, backing in and shutting down. Open up social media just to see family and friends gathering. Makes you feel like life could go on without you. These are the burdens that we bury.